Dear students, yesterday I have taught you economic policies of the British East India Company or British government. With reference to the economic policies of East India Company, one topic I have not taught, and today, first of all, I am going to complete the economic causes. Last point, drain of wealth theory. Very, very important topic is there. Drain of wealth theory given by Dada Bhai Nehruji. Basically, Dada Bhai Nehruji written a book in 1901 entitled Poverty and Un-British Rule in India. In that book, he explained the drain of wealth theory. In brief, I would like to mention what was drain of wealth theory. According to the Dada Bhai Nehruji, the transfer of wealth from India to England means continuously Indian wealth drained to England, and India was not getting any proportional benefit. That is known as drain of wealth theory. First of all, in easy way, I would like to explain what is drain of wealth theory. Dear students, you know this one. If anybody will invest any money, so that money will give some return. I think my words are very much familiar. But first time happened in India, Indian wealth going drain to England, but India was not getting any proportional benefit. And how the Indian wealth going to England? You know this one. When British East India Company became powerful, after that, British East India Company had developed a well-established administrative system. In that administrative system, many officers were there. Their salaries had been given by Indian revenue. How many weapons, how many recruitments taken place in army, all money British East India Company given from Indian revenue. In return, there was nothing for the welfare of Indian people. That's why Dada Bhai Nehruji given this theory. So next topic I would like to explain here, socio and religious causes. Means British East India Company had done some reformation. In other words, we can say that some good deed, good step had been done by British government, but it was not welcomed by Indians. First of all, I would like to mention two examples. First one, abolition of Sati and Widow Remarriage Act. What was Sati system? I think my words are very much understanding this one. You know this one, Sati system. It was orthodox system that was prevail in our society. If any male will die, say along with the pyre of respective person, his widow will also burn. And Orthodox Indians were telling that it is religious matter and government should not interfere. But Raja Ram Mohan Rai, the name, very popular name, and he is known as the father of Indian Renaissance or Renaissance, he raised question on Sati, and finally when William Bentinck made a law, and finally Sati system was abolished. Meaning, if any person will, sorry, any person will practice sati, so that will be considered a criminal offense, means he will be in jail. Second step, that is very, very good step, Widow Remarriage Act. Widow can't get again marriage, but by this act, it was legal now. Orthodox Indians observe that British government is interfering our religious matters, social matters. Next, one more good deed I would like to explain here. Apprehension about modern innovations. Apprehensions about modern innovations means some modern innovations taken place in India, like railway. Before Britishers, no railway, no telegram or telephone lines was available. Credit goes to Britishers, particular Dalhousie I would like to mention here. And the people were suspicious of the introduction of the modern innovations like railways and telegraphs. There were rumors that telegraph poles were erected to hang those people who will be against the British government. Basically, you know this one, why telegraph poles were erected? To provide communication system, to develop communication system, because you know this one, for better administration communication system is very, very necessary, and British government was working on it. But Orthodox Indians observe that it will be erection going on. If anybody will speak against the British or act against the British, then that person will be hanged on that pole. One more point that is very, very necessary to mention: policy of racial discrimination. British officers were rude and arrogant toward the Indian. They believed that they were superior to Indians and followed the policy of contempt toward the Indians. They dubbed that Muslims are a cruel and unfaithful. Some Europeans officers ill-treated and insulted Indians. Such act unjust discrimination alienated the British from the Indian masses. I think you are familiar about this racial discrimination. Britishers were observing that we are superior race and Indians are inferior race, and their behavior was also arrogant. That was one more reason that Britishers Indian became angry. And one more interesting point is there: activities of the missionaries. Missionaries means when Christian missionaries came to India, and Christian missionaries wanted to spread Christianity in India. So Indian people, Indian Pandit and Maulvi observed that the British government is going to spread Christianity, and after that all Indians will change their religion and they will be Christian. And means Indian observe that they are going to attack on our culture. One more outstanding work Britishers has done that was also not welcomed by British Indians, that was known as Western education. Western education system was introduced in a number of schools. In 1929, the Bengal government established the English classes in the Calcutta Madras, which was a Muslim institution. Later, English classes were introduced in Banaras Sanskrit College. The shifting of emphasis from Oriental learning to Western education was not received well by the people. What do you mean by this one? What do you mean by one word I have used, that Oriental learning? basically in India, education system was existed before Britishers. For Muslim education, maktab and madrasa were there, and Persian language had been taught. Basically Urdu, I think you know this one, Urdu. Persian script had been taught, and basically religious books had been studied. Maktab for primary education and madrasa for higher education in Islam, in Muslim society. In Hinduism, Gurukul system was there in Vedic civilization, and after that what happened? Some schools were there. In that school, what had been taught? I would like to mention here that Vedas had been taught. Modern science was not available. Astronomy was not available. Or we can say that Indian education system was not very much updated. Means what is going on outside of the India, okay? Indians education system had not taken concern. When Britishers introduced Western education, that was a good deed, good step. Because how many development taken place in the rest of the world by Western education we can get? What is liberty? What is equality? What is French Revolution? What is American Revolution? Each and every things, okay, can be taught, could be understand. But Orthodox Indians not welcomed Western education. Basically, one point was there. By Western education, girls' education will be also allowed. And Orthodox Indians did not like this one. And last point of this topic, law of property. That is very, very interesting facts. That is very, very important to understand this one. The Religious Disability Act of 1850 changed the Hindu law of property. It enabled a convert from Hinduism to other religion to inherit the property of his father. The Hindu regards this as an incentive to give up one's religious faith. Meaning, what do you mean by this one? I'm going to explain. Before this act, if any person is a Hindu and he is going to change his religion, so he will not allow to get any property from his father. But by this act, that person will be very much permitted to get property rights from his father. And after that, Orthodox Indians observe that, means who will be change their religion, who will be the Christian, British government will support. And after that, day by day, British sentiments increase day by day in all segments of Indian society. Okay, student, today I am going to conclude my lecture today here only, and next day I'll come with another videos. Thank you.